connect more with nature. Hi, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, and if you're new to the channel and you want to establish a deep Wiccan practice that connects you to your core self, nature and the divine, hit the subscribe button below so that you don't miss anything. In this video, I wanted to share with you some of the methods that I use to be able to connect more with nature. Because, let's face it, it's probably one of the #1 reasons why people come to Wicca and witchcraft in the first place, because we feel this connection with nature. I know myself that when I'm in nature, so if I'm at the beach, I'm in the forest, I'm near some trees, even if it's in the city, if I'm in a park, when I'm with nature, it's a very different world. It's a very different feeling to being in this madness of the human concrete world if you live in a city, or even just being in the madness of the human world a lot of the time. Connecting with nature can be a real breath of fresh air, literally, at times. We have a very beautiful island not far from where I live. It's actually across the water. I can see it when I go down to the beach, called Stradbroke Island. And I was there once when I can't remember how old I was now, probably in my very early 20s, when I first started in Wicca. And I was lying in this beautiful, because it's absolutely gorgeous there, as there's so much nature there that's left untouched by humans. And I was just lying there, really connecting to one of the power spots there, because there's many power spots on this island as well. And just feeling like this is the reality, this is the truth. That's what was going through my head. It was like being here in nature, really experiencing nature just as an experience of being in it, seemed like the truth, as opposed to going back into the mundane world of human workaday world and dealing with all this human stuff that we deal with at work, in our social structure. All of these things just didn't seem real to me. They seemed fake, you know, like they're constructed. Whereas being there in nature, it was the first time I actually felt like this is actually the reality. This is what is real. This is what I am, and this is what is real. So it was an experience that I had. And that experience helped me really connect with nature from then and onwards, because whenever I'm in nature now, I feel that reality of it. I feel that it is what's real, so to speak. And when I am feeling like I've had enough of the human world, the human craziness, going into nature and just being able to release all of that energy and knowing that it can be transformed by the energies of the earth and connecting with nature is really refreshing and really rejuvenating. So how can you do this? Well, first of all, go into nature and actually just go and either lie down if you can, or sit on the ground and just close your eyes and just listen to the sounds of nature. Just listen to the wind, feel any sun, the warmth of the sun that might be on your skin, feel the connection to the earth, and just feel into how you feel. Allow yourself to go into a meditative state, and that's why practicing meditation is really awesome, because the more you practice meditation, the easier it is to connect to nature and to connect with these things. And when you're just spending a quiet time in nature, you'll start to feel, you may start to feel a presence of other beings. Sometimes I'll walk into a park, generally it's a very large park that's not inhabited so much by people, and you can almost feel the nature spirits watching. I've been into parks where I've seen the nature, it feels like the nature spirits are peeking out from behind the trees. I don't see them, but I feel they're there, peeking out of the trees. And there's this sense that we're actually always being watched by these spirits, yet often we're not aware that we are. And a way of being able to tune into these is to be able to go, be quiet, allow the mind to soften and to quiet the mind through meditation, and just allow your impressions of what it is that you're feeling in connection to the space, and just allowing that to happen. So being in the space, being in a meditative state and just listening to everything around you and feeling into everything around you is one of the main ways that you can connect with nature. Another way, number 2, that you can connect to nature and make it easy for you to connect to nature and the nature spirits is to actually connect to yourself first. So if you are connected to your own sense of self, your own magical self, your own spiritual self through doing spiritual work, then it's much easier for you to then go and connect to others, whether that be spirits or people or animals or plants. When you're connected more to yourself and you're more at home in yourself and you've dealt with a lot of your own stuff, you actually automatically are able to connect with other things. It's like you're more welcoming, you're more open to these things. So you can sense them as well. And there will be times when you go into nature and it won't be all pretty. You might go into an area that doesn't feel good. There is a particular place in Brisbane that I've been to where it's all forest land. And it's right next door to a cemetery where some of my relatives are buried. And I've been to this forest, I've been into the forest probably only once or twice. And both times that I've been in there, I've gone in there with the intention to connect with nature because I love doing that in forests. But as soon as I open up to connect, I basically get the message to leave. It's like, go away, we don't want you here. It's not a good feeling. So being in nature doesn't necessarily always mean that the spirits of that area are going to be welcoming to you. And so if you're more attuned to being able to connect with nature and also more attuned with connecting with yourself, you'll be able to pick up on that and get out of there if those spirits don't want you there. And the more connected you are to yourself, the stronger you are in yourself and the more you're able to defend yourself too if you're ever in a situation where you may feel threatened in a particular place. So connecting to yourself and working on yourself is really, really important to connecting to nature and connecting to nature herself. So when I was lying there on the ground on this island, it was feeling the weight of the earth beneath me, feeling the sun on my skin, listening to the wind in the trees, and just feeling the essence of the earth. So not even just connecting to the spirits, but connecting to the essence of the earth itself. And that whole connection to the earth, the overall energy of the earth, is what gave me that feeling of this is reality. What's going on back there in the city somehow wasn't reality. It's some sort of constructed thing. But this was reality. And that's my experience of connecting with nature. It's being one with it and understanding that it is the reality. It is part of who we are. We are one with it. And that when we're able to acknowledge that and be a part of that, then we can connect more with it. And when it comes to you doing your magic and you're wanting maybe some help from the local spirits to help your magic along, particularly if you're wanting to do protection magic for your home and you are connected to the spirits, local spirits around you, you're probably going to get a lot more help from these spirits. So another way of connecting to nature, and I've forgotten whether this is number 3 or number 4, it's a bonus one, is to make offerings to the local spirits. So, for example, you can make offerings of milk and honey to the fair folk. You can make offerings of milk and honey either on a daily basis to the local spirits. You can offer water, you can offer incense, you can offer some bread to the local spirits every day or every other day in order to get that connection going and being on the right side of them and on the good side of them. So if you do want them to help you with something, then you can call on them to help you with your magic. So that's another way that you can connect to the spirits. And that means that if you're going somewhere in nature and you feel welcomed Because often the local spirits, when you tune into them and you maybe come with an offering, even if that's like just water, so if you're wanting to be environmentally friendly, you may not want to leave things around. I mean, even food, because food is biodegradable and the animals will most likely come along and eat it, so it's okay. When the spirits know that you are making an effort to connect with them and making an effort to respect them, then they will be more respectful of you, and you can actually really establish a really beautiful sacred space in these places with the spirits there helping you along and even guarding you. So that's another good reason to connect with nature, and of course to enjoy that feeling of being part of a connected whole. And if you are at the point where you have a lot of books and you're wanting to know how you can take that information from the books that you've read and actually start to establish a Wiccan practice, but you just don't know on your own where to start, I have a video. It's called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. You can watch it for free. The details to how you can access that are in the description field below. It's a blueprint of how you can start your practice and some steps about what to learn and when to learn it along the way, so that you're not overwhelming yourself with all of the information that's out there. Let me know in the comments field what your experiences are of nature, how you connect with nature, because I'd love to hear about that. And if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Blessed be.